Hi, I'm Laura Marie, and this is A Call. Last year I had this horrible bout of writer's block, and it ended when I wrote This Is a Call. I was worked up about a lot of things in the world, and usually when that happens, the lyrics just pour out, but this time it took several months before it all built up and the dam broke and I could write about what I was really feeling. So immediately after I wrote it, I posted the lyrics to Facebook, and it's not something I usually do at this stage in the process, but I was feeling like I needed to connect with other people who might be feeling the same way. And the responses were immediate. I got messages saying that, somebody felt this way too, or this speaks to what's going on in the world right now. And that told me that I wasn't alone in feeling this way, and that people got the message that I was trying to send with the song. So it was a week or so later when I finally sat down in my office and recorded a really quick demo. So at that point, I started working it into my live set just to feel the energy of it in front of a live audience and get it to a point where I was happy with it. And once I put it together with a few other songs that I'd been thinking of for the next project and sent it over to my producer, Mac. Mac Damon and I have been working together for about 20 years now. We've done 5 albums. He's one of those people that I think every creative person needs in their life, someone who's on your side so much that they step up, speak truth to you when they know you can do better. Sometimes it's a painful process, but I think we both grow from that, and we both know that we're going to come out with a better result and a broader perspective for having gone through that. So I definitely wanted to get his perspective on this song and find out if it struck him the same way it struck me.
At this point, we hadn't really had a conversation about, are we recording a single or a new record? There really wasn't really any context. And a lot of times, the way that Laura and I have worked together over the years is when I first get a song from her, she doesn't explain how she wrote it or what she was thinking. And I kind of listen to it, get my own interpretation. And then during the workshop process, I go, oh, that's what that song's about. Interesting. But this song was different because I felt like the minute I heard the lyrics, I understood exactly where she was coming from. The song just really resonated with me.
So Mac called me back after he heard the song and he said, I feel you on This Is a Call, and we should record this one sooner than later. So we talked about going to the studio in January, and then he got some crazy idea. He wouldn't tell me what it was about because he didn't want to let me know until he'd approved it. So while he's doing that, I'm still worked up about wanting people to use their voices to make a positive change in the world. And what I really wanted was to get people to vote and to know that their vote and their voice matter. And it's one thing to write a song about this, but another to motivate people into action. So I'm thinking about this, and I tell Mac my ideas, and that's when we started documenting the process of recording the song. So we went into Mac's studio to work on an arrangement and cut a demo for the session players. One of Mac's early suggestions that we ended up keeping was that we change the meter from 4/4 to 6/8. It just really gave the entire song a much better feel. And after that, the rest was easy. We demoed the new version, but he still wouldn't tell me his crazy idea.
At this point, I need to introduce Mike Castoro. Mike is the owner and founder of Wonder Audio in Austin, Texas. Wonder Audio makes high-end recording consoles, the coolest microphones, and outboard gear without compromise. Mike sweats the smallest details of a design or product, and it makes all the difference in the end result. Every time I would visit his place, we'd enjoy lengthy technical discussions about triodes and transformers, microphone history, and outboard gear. And he had that room, the Wonder Bar. All I could think the first time I set foot in it 4 years ago was, I have to do a session here. Mike had graciously extended an offer a while back for me to bring a Pro Tools session over and test drive the Wonder console. I was already paying him a visit to mod and upgrade one of my mics earlier this year, so my engineer Anthony and I spent an afternoon working on the console. It sounded amazing, and I decided once and for all that I would grovel with Mike until he agreed to let me cut a song in that room on that console with his mics. I continued to grovel. It took a trip up there 2 weeks later, and a little bit more groveling before I was finally able to convince Mike to let me do one session in that room for 6 hours. And at that point, I already knew what song I was going to do.
So Matt calls and he says, don't freak out, but he's texting me pictures of the place and giving me the plan, and I start freaking out a bit about it because it looks amazing, and I'm thinking that it's going to be a lot bigger than I thought it was initially. Definitely put some positive energy behind what I'm trying to do with this song. A few weeks later, we're driving up to Austin to the Wonder Bar, the castle. It was definitely a pinch me kind of moment, getting to record in a castle with some of my favorite people. It was important to us to play with people we trusted, and Kevin, James, and Matt were all on my last record, so it just felt right. Once we had all the players together in the same room, Mac and I tweaked the arrangement one final time, and then we dove in.
You like the minor better? So do this last rotation and make your 5-chord be minor instead of major.
Mac brought along two of his favorite engineers, Anthony and Gabe, to make sure everything ran smoothly, and they were just amazing. It was so cool because Mike from Wonderbear had the lyrics to Strawberry Fields translated to Latin and had them carved all the way around the room, surrounded by strawberries. It was awesome.
Hey Matt, coming out of the pre-chorus, that one line that's the pre-chorus, that's minor, not major. It's wrong in the chart. Yeah.
Can I try that one more time? I don't think I hit it. Yeah.
So we walk up from the 3 minor on the downbeat of the bridge. So the first 2 progressions start on the 3, but the third one starts on the 2 minor. If you play through it 3 more times and you still hate it, I'll let you change it.
Okay.
You gotta give it a chance. You gotta try and love it. Take it out on at least 1 or 2 dates before you dub it.
We played through it a few times together, and it just started to feel right. Everybody's smiling and having a really great time with it. It just felt good. So as the day went on, each of the musicians had time to refine their individual parts and play through them a few times, and when we put it all together, we could really fine-tune the arrangement that way. That first playback in the control room with everybody's parts outlined and everybody's contributions sort of shining out there for us to hear was awesome. We chose the take that we wanted, and then we went back in and recorded it as a group for the camera crew that came to record the session.
This is a call to you on your island.
The whole thing felt like magic. Mike Costoro was the most gracious host. He had amazing stories to share with us. And I got to sing on Paul McCartney's microphone, which was something I'll never forget. The whole experience was something I'll never forget. And I'm just grateful I got to do it with people I care about and really enjoy working with.